Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Welcome to NerdTube, and it's time to talk about Peacemaker, season 2, episode. Remind me.
4?
Yep. Need I say door? I'm the type of guy who likes to do play on words, but this is ridiculous, as far as I'm concerned. Nevertheless, this was for me. This was a bit of a weird episode because I kind of felt that we were leading to certain things that happened in the previous episode just to lead to those same things again, by the end of this episode. And so it felt a little bit hollow. But we did come to some news and understanding regarding the portal itself. Because we do get a flashback scene with Chris and his brother and his dad hunting in the woods. And they shoot what we assume is an animal, maybe like a prairie dog or a coyote or something like that. And they come across this creature, and it's like somebody got Kermit the Frog and forgot to paint it green, and this thing is screaming for its life, and Chris's dad puts it out of its misery, even though Chris himself probably thinking, we should maybe try and keep this thing alive because look at it, it's fucking unique. But nevertheless, they kill this thing. This thing is holding some sort of device in its hand, which kind of mildly resembles Peacemaker's helmet, mildly.
I thought that too. I thought it was either a metal taco or like a Peacemaker
But
helmet, but
regardless, we then see the portal, and yeah, we then cut the credits. So it has been proven, Cheeto. And I think you've been hitting some of your theories quite well recently with this season. Um, that yeah, Peacemaker's dad is not all he assumes it seems to be. I mean, look, the idea that this fucking this crazy, supremacist, fascist bigot is also like an elite level super genius who can make portals and stuff better than say Lex Luthor could in Superman. Alternative dimensions and everything. That was a bit of a stretch, but we went with it. But now it's been proven that his dad didn't create jack shit, and his dad is not as smart as we assumed that he was. Uh,
well, and they even said like so I actually have an issue with that, not because obviously like he is a piece of shit, but like at the same time, I'm like it kind of gave us a little bit of credence where it's like, okay, even racist bigots, pieces of crap can be like geniuses. So there's hope for me yet. But I mean, no, but seriously, but like it was just different, and it was kind of like, but now it's just like, oh, so now because they even said the helmet, like, so even if he would have invented the helmets, I would have been like, okay, he didn't do the portal, but he did the helmets. And then even John, later on, I know I'm skipping ahead, but he's just like, no, he didn't. That's a whole other story entirely. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you're either going to explain it later this season, or you're either going to explain it later on this season, or it's just cannon fodder for season 3. Um, I don't know. What do you think about the fact that he stole the helmets from the other dimension, like the one that John Cena's going to? Is my theory.
yeah, I mean, they'll have to notice that the dove is upside down, or because the dove is facing up, while Peacemaker's dove was always facing down.
Yeah. I mean, but what if he just like sat there and like twisted it or something? Like something like just did something stupid, like twisted it or something, so it's upside down rather than right side up. I don't know. I could see this going this way, and I'm just like, as I said with James Gunn isms, I know the isms are going to be there, but I feel like that they're just not being done very well in this season. Last season it was really good.
Well,
I don't know
I,
what's
I
going on
want
this
to actually
season.
quickly bring up something regarding last week's episode because this is something we totally went over both of our heads. And after watching some reviews of last week's episode, I'm not sure if you realize that the alternative dimension that Peacemaker was in had not one single non-white person in it, and people were picking up on that. Every person in Argos, on the streets, everyone. was white.
So then, so here's how I see. I didn't notice that. Here's how I see this going: is that they did a purge, and that's why that the dad is not racist or anything like that anymore because he's
Content.
because they've already killed
Yeah.
off all the black people. They did a purge and they killed off all the black
Well,
people and other minorities, at
what
least in
people
the
are saying
U.S.
is that this is Earth X, the one, and so to a degree, all
Mhm.
of these people, including the dad, were not around when the Nazis won the war, and wouldn't have really realized the change that they made to the world by getting rid of all the different demographics and made it into a white utopia. But they would have been all of them, including the dad, would have all been brought up in it. They would have been brought up in the white utopia that they're in. But yeah, every single person is white in that universe.
So what Zam is saying is that the world would be a utopia without minorities. Right there. Clip that on that. That's it. Zam said it.
Yes, however you want to phrase. I call it that because that's what it is for those people. But they're all racist and they don't know
Yeah, fucking white people can't stand
any
them.
better to a degree. And so his dad hasn't been brought up or hardened because, like I said, the world is the way he would have liked it if he had that mindset, and it was that way as he was brought up during it. So he's content, he's happy. He doesn't need to kill his son or whatever to find who's the strongest or whatever. Yeah, it's it's I can't wait for that to be played out because I do expect I forget Leoda. Is that correct? Yeah, Leota
Leota.
to go to this universe
Yeah.
with Peacemaker. So Peacemaker, look, I'm going to show you this amazing place. You're going to really love it. And then she's going to be stared at every which way to Sunday. Yeah, by everybody.
I mean, it's not. I didn't realize that until you just said that. I must not be watching the same because I don't even think I watched Emergency Awesome's review of
I
this
don't watch it.
episode
I don't watch him as
just
much as I
because
used to. I'll be honest with you. Um,
I don't know. Well, I'll watch a review if I really enjoyed an episode or if I enjoy a show. But as you can kind of tell from this season, I am not really enjoying this all that much. So, I'm going to bring up the chat. Sorry, I saw we have a couple comments here.
I guess not mad, just underwhelming to me.
Uh,
Honest episode 3 is the only good episode so far. Every other episode has been kind of everything feels like a bit of a setup, and I wasn't really we're in Chris's place, and he's he's getting a message from Economos, and I like the way this was done because Economos is having to do this message on the down low, and he's obviously fucked it up. But that feels more realistic at the same time. But Chris is not an idiot, he's able to
yeah.
interpret what has been said, and he gets out of there really quickly.
I mean, gotta love Boss Man, but that message kind of looked like a lot of what Boss Man messages look like.
But unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to understand what Bossman would have written. I could still figure out what Economos had said, to a degree. He just made more grammatical errors instead of missing words out entirely. Yeah. So yeah, I I thought that was pretty cool. He's still wearing his alternative universe clothes. He's hardly wore his Peacemaker outfit this season, and I don't mind that. I think sometimes like somebody like him, like his outfit is just like when you don't have a secret identity, and I believe he doesn't. He's kind of open to who he is. He doesn't need to wear the outfit all the time. The outfit. The only thing that makes him Peacemaker is the helmet. And
I don't know. I wish we would get more like it doesn't have to be like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers where like every episode we get the fight with the putties and the Megazord fight with the giant mon. Like it doesn't have to be like that, but still I feel like he needs to at least, be wearing some kind of something that's like his outfit or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I get it why in the alternate universe he didn't wear his outfit, obviously, because it was on the fly. It had, like when the what was it, the bank heist? Was it a bank heist? It was some kind of
Well, in the
heist.
alternative universe, though, it was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, the terrorist attack was like that's fine because it was on the fly. He was only there to meet Harcourt, so it's not like he would like brought his whole outfit. Maybe he should have put his helmet on, like grabbed it from the bike and put it on, but again, it was kind
Spare
of,
the moment.
Spur of the moment. So, but still, like I think there's a lot to. It's like Spider-Man going into battle, but even without even with his identity out there, it's like Spider-Man going into battle with like just his mask on, or not even his mask, just going into battle, in his cities. So
I look at
again,
Peacemaker as a rough and tumble, sort of like henchman style assassin. He's he could be covert if he needs to, but at the same time he's brute force if he has to be. That's kind of how I look at him. So and like the sugar, like the icing on the cake is things like his helmet, which gives him a little bit more a bit more of an originality status regarding what he's capable of doing, and obviously he's the perfect marksman as well. And we don't necessarily always remember that, but yeah, the guy can kill anybody very easily.
I say he rivals
Deadshot,
Deadshot,
and
doesn't he?
I forgot who Idris Elba played.
I don't even remember. Yeah, Bloodsport.
Yeah,
I think I don't
Bloodsport.
know. Basically, Will Smith wouldn't come back, and they didn't want to make Idris Elba Deadshot because they didn't want
Recast.
to like deal with recasting. So that's literally the reason why they made him Bloodsport.
Yeah, nobody knows who the fuck Bloodsport is. Watch a proper show, racist. This show has racists in it. You know,
So we are
yeah,
here for
there's
it.
white supremacists in this show, dude. What the hell? You should love it. So anyway,
Ginger Greek should love it.
Yoda though, she's trying to promote herself in this magazine, which was really stupid. Got a little article in the bottom corner. Chris bursts her bubble by telling her, yeah, only 12 people get this magazine. And she goes, what, 12,000, 1,200? No, you know where I'm going with this. 12. Just 12 people. So I thought,
I don't even remember. I just know she got a magazine and she was a yeah. I didn't even follow this. Honest and truly, I didn't care. Like, she took a picture of an ad in a magazine or something, and I was like, what? Like, I didn't care. I really
Judo
didn't.
Master and Peacemaker have a fight scene. Yeah, you could really see the wrestling moves in this fight scene with them spinning around and all of that sort of shit. I'm not sure if you know. Yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed that too. I did.
I mean, I noticed a sleeper hold on Cena from Frogman or
No, but
whatever his stupid name is.
it's Judo Master.
He reminds me of a frog because
Yeah,
he's wearing a big
Rick
stupid ass
Jagger.
green outfit.
But it's just like when you see a big guy versus a small guy in wrestling, like a Rey Mysterio versus pretty much anybody, like they all spin around and do this and all that sort of shit. It looks like a fucking it looks like a ballet dance. But yeah, that's the sort of vibe I was getting from their fight. But I did like the way Peacemaker incapacitated Judo Master just by landing on him. He'd say,
Right?
like that.
That was yeah. No, I did like that. I was like, I didn't think he was dead. I'm like, he's not dead, but that's funny.
Michael Rooker's character as well was a bit weird in this. He is, I mean, he would belong quite well in the alternative universe. And I keep forgetting that he's not on the alternative universe, but he's some sort of white guy who is a representation of Native Americanism, yet he somehow likes to attack animals and likes to kill them, which is a bit.
I don't know. Again, it's kind of like, what is going on here? Like, why are we? Again, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I almost don't care. I mean, like, I did think it was funny when Economos like knocked him over and he hit his head and he like was trying to play it off. I thought that was funny, but like at the end of the episode when he's like doing the whole Splinter at the campfire thing, from Ninja Turtles, and like,
Well,
and him doing the dances, and I'm like, okay, so we're just trying to be offensive, like South. We're trying to do South Park. We're trying to be offensive and make it funny.
well, did you remember in Titans when Beast Boy was able to go to this dimension and be able to call upon all animals and stuff like that? That's from some of the reviews I watched. That's apparently what Rooker was doing. He was using some sort of a similar thing and going into an alternative animal dimension.
Yeah, but
that's
it.
Yeah,
The red.
red. Yeah,
like,
I know, but it was blue. I know.
I know it was blue. I'm like,
yeah. So I know.
See, if he would have gotten there and been like, I thought this place was supposed to be red, that might have been better. But I'm just like,
I knew he was gonna eat that bird shit earlier as well. By the way, like you could see it coming.
Oh yeah, no. When he picked it up, I'm like, oh, he's gonna eat it. I'm like, oh no. Did you see the post credit where like he was going through like all the things the bird ate, and Economos is like, "There's no way you know that. There's no way." Like the interactions between Rooker and Economos is actually funny. But like,
I got to go back and watch it.
It's just him like spouting off things after he ate the poop. Like, but it's actually kind of funny those two together. Like they are actually kind of fun. I think Economos with most people in this show is actually very humorous. So I really like Economos this season. I could have taken or left him last season. This season he's the MVP for me.
Yeah, it's just a shame that once again, Vigilante Adrian Chase, he's just nothing so far. We're halfway through the season. We are halfway through. It's 8 episodes, yeah. Was it 8 or 6?
Is there 8?
I get a bit worried.
I'll look. It might be 8.
My gut feeling is telling me 8. Regardless, I love Adrian Chase in season 1, and
you would be right.
Yeah, and we're getting nothing of him in season 2, which is very, very frustrating. But regardless, Economos, he's working for Argos at the same time. He's very beholden to Peacemaker, and he doesn't want anything to happen to him. So he's been giving messages the whole time, but now he's being used to hack the secret doorway, and Peacemaker's run away with the device that creates the secret doorway. And he's gone to his grandfather's old shack with Leota to basically open the doorway there, and that way the doorway will no longer be at his house once Argos attempts to open it. And with a lot of
But honestly, it's like they're not going to stop hunting him, even if I guess maybe that'll make it deniability that there was actually a portal there. But at the same time, I'm like, so what's the point? Like just getting I could see if he was trying to keep the portal out of Argus's hand, but he can't make another portal. Like they can't make another portal unless they have that device.
Until this episode began, we had no idea that device existed. And I believed everyone just assumed that his racist dad created everything. So, and we all did. So. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get back to all of that in a second. I want to quickly jump to Rick Flag Sr., who is now trying to recruit Harcourt into getting Peacemaker. And Harcourt basically has no choice because no one's going to hire her. She's been excommunicated. And she will never get a job as an agent or in any capacity whatsoever, which I don't believe is true. I mean, she could obviously work for private sector, but it does mean that she might not necessarily be a good guy anymore. And I think that does play a part for her.
I mean, when you're a part of the government, you're not you risk not being a good guy. It's very gray. Like it's just whatever your country asks you to do.
I agree.
Serve my country, kill these children.
But anyway, Rick tells her, "Listen, I'll let you back in, but you gotta fucking give me Peacemaker." So it just so happens that Peacemaker is messaging her because he's obviously thinking about her. He deep down, regardless of having a Harcourt in the alternative dimension, he still wants the Harcourt in his dimension more than anything. And Leota is also telling him, giving him like he's getting like not mixed signals, but not mixed messages, but saying, look, that's not you in that world. That's a different version of you. You actually killed the brother of that family. You're not their brother. You just look like them. This is your world. This is where you belong and stuff like that. You're giving him all that talk, and maybe to a degree some of that work because he still wants to get into Hardcore's pants from this universe, and he messages her and all of that. But she wants to arrange a meet in order to capture him, and he then decides to head there. But that's how the episode ends. But I want to quickly go back to the portal, unless you've got something to say very quickly. He also, prior to him heading off to Harcourt, because he's got that booty call, he manages to get the portal open on his side. And this is the thing, after looking at some people's explanations regarding this, that some people are saying that device that opens portals could be a mother box.
I mean, it's not like it opens
No,
boom
but it
tubes,
did.
But
It
I mean, I
did.
guess it
It
did
did open a
explode.
boom tube because the explanation of boom tubes was
Yeah.
that everything goes out before coming back in, or in before going back out. When I forgot which one it was.
I mean, like boom tubes don't normally explode like that, but I mean, because normally they make a big boom, but it doesn't mean that things don't explode. But maybe this is like a less controlled boom tube, and maybe that's why it
It's
does
just
that. But
yeah.
you might be right.
I mean,
You
it's
might
just
be
how
right.
in this universe how it's interpreted. I mean, he told Leota to run because he kind of knew what was going to happen, and yeah, but he managed to open up the portal and on his side before Economos was able to open it up on their side, basically just showing a shitty closet with some smelly jock straps in there when it came to Peacemaker's place.
So it does make me wonder, though. Did he just never got to any of those clothes
Yeah,
in
well,
there? Like, were those his
it's been
clothes or were those his
festering, but
dad's
he
clothes?
could always just go around. No, he can enter that room as long as he doesn't put the code in. If he puts the code in, then obviously that room is no longer a closet. It becomes the portal. But if he doesn't put the code in, the room's just a regular room.
I thought the door was locked unless he put the code in. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch. I don't
Fair
remember.
enough. This whole time, by the way, like August agent there. By the way, the actress who plays Sol Rodriguez, who's bloody gorgeous. She's 35 years old, man. She looks 25 the whole bloody time. Like that is crazy. Jennifer Holland, who plays the hardcore, she's 37. She looks like she's 27. Man, these people are in some serious fountain of youth. I'm telling you. But regardless, Frank Grillo's in his 60s. The guy looks like in his late 40s. He looks great for his age. Anyway, Peacemaker's on his way. The episode kind of ends. It feels a bit premature, so to speak.
I mean, it was only a 37-minute episode or
another
something.
short
Like
one.
it was.
I do feel.
Yeah. I think this is where the episodes are going to kind of like average like 30 some minutes.
I'm not happy with it because, we discovered a couple of things, but at the same time, it just like okay, Peacemaker was about to get caught by Argus and he escaped. Now he's about to get caught again, and I'm not feeling that too much. But I do enjoy the show. I'm not happy with the structure of it, like with the episodes. I feel like we could get a little bit more out of these episodes, but they're giving us these short ones. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm actually not enjoying this season at
Really?
all, unfortunately. Like there are some good moments, but especially like last week and at the end of episode 3 when he went all die hard. That was great. I love that part. This episode was just and the fish out of water stuff, but like this episode was just more like I don't know, like it's just not hitting for me like it did last season. I got to go back and watch season 1 and see if it and maybe see if it's like I don't know, because I feel like this season's just a lot less of what last season was, and I don't want just more of last season, but I feel like Peacemaker's kind of lost itself, if you know what I mean. Like it lost itself in the retcon, pretty
Yeah,
much. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
I don't know.
Um, I don't know. I'm still having fun with it because it is a funny show, and some of the dialogue is a bit bizarre.
Honestly, I was looking at the clock most of
Oh,
this episode.
really?
I really
Okay.
was.
Uh,
Yeah,
I was just a bit
I
concerned
was.
because I could just tell by certain elements and moments here and there. I think, oh, you know what? I feel like we're coming to a conclusion here, and yeah, the episode doesn't feel. I don't feel satisfied with it concluding here. I feel like you should be offering me a little bit more than what you're giving me, and that was my issue with it. I wanted more, and that's it. That's a for me, that's a good sign, saying that I wanted more. At the same time, it's a bad sign because, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you can't be ending it after 37 minutes.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
and so like last episode, I felt like was appropriate because they unless they did some like unless they pulled out a totally different plot point in that episode. Last week's episode was like perfectly timed because it didn't linger on too long. It didn't, and as I said, the fight at the end was great. Like, and so that was good. This episode, it was just like I don't even like this is kind of like more of a
I
filler
agree.
episode. The only thing we really did is move the portal. That's
It
all we
felt a
did. We
bit.
moved the
It
portal
felt a bit
this entire
fillerish.
episode.
I do agree with you. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see like what the whole purpose is of the episode. I really don't want it to be an end of the world episode. At the same time, these portals and stuff could be the end of the world if used incorrectly. And
I mean, I'm like I don't want end of the world either. I agree with you, but at the same time, I'm like we need a clear and present antagonist of what we're going against, and it's like Argus, but like not, but like it's like Rick Flag Senior, I guess. Like it's all
it could
to me. It's
be
just the
it
structure
could
is
be his
just
dad
so
again, and it
bad.
could be his brother. You mentioned this last week. It could be when they go back to the alternative universe, and then he realizes it's not so great, and he's actually better off in his own place, you know. So yeah, there's all manners of things regarding the direction it could go. Oh look, you know what? Maybe to a degree, maybe we're jumping the gun a little bit. It's only 4 episodes. Maybe by episode 5, 6, we get a clear indication of how all this shit's going to end. We sometimes if we guess it's
Well, but I still am not enjoying these episodes. Like I'm really not. Like that's my thing is like listen, if you don't have me hooked by episode 2 or 3 out of an 8 episode arc, you're kind of losing me. Like this, like if we weren't reviewing this, I would have been done by now. You know what I mean? Like I really would have. I would have been like after episode like 2, especially at probably episode 3 might have, if I would have gotten episode 3, I would have hung on a little bit more. But then this episode, I would have been gone for
are
sure.
you not
100%
are
would
you
have
not
been gone.
enjoy are you so you are gonna watch the entire series though?
Yes, I know. I'm going to continue this because I committed to you
Yeah,
that I'm going to do this. But I'm just saying, like, if I was watching it casually,
fair enough. Well, I've heard from James Gunn that what comes from this has an impact in the DCU. Like it does play a part in the DCU, which is good to know. You know, but then again, James Gunn seems to be writing everything right now, so yeah,
I know that's the thing is like, I mean, yeah, he did Peacemaker season 1, but he didn't have as much on his plate at that
he's
point.
done. He wrote Peacemaker season 2. He's directed the first episode. He's directed Superman and wrote that as well. I'm not sure how much of a part he played in Supergirl. Uh, I know he's obviously writing Superman 2, which is doing the fucking team up, which nobody wants. But fair enough. If it's good, it's good.
Which
Oh,
team
you
up?
ever heard
I
this?
haven't heard
Lex
this news yet.
Luthor and Superman are teaming up because
Why?
there's a bigger
Okay, never mind.
threat.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, great. So they basically they want to get Nicholas Holt back in the
Well,
movie. Is basically what it's Thor. It's Thor: The
as
Dark
far as
World.
I'm concerned, Lex Luthor should be a recurring character, regardless. And so we'll see what happens. But you don't kill off.
I don't mind him cameoing.
No, but you
in
don't need
every
to kill him
movie, but
off. You
like
just this is Lex Luthor. He's a sort of,
I know he's kind of like Magneto because like Magneto was in all of the he was in all the X-Men movies somehow or way, and I get it. Like, but
yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Uh, we'll see. We'll just see what happens. But regarding the movies. But yeah, Nicholas Hoult coming back. He is a big deal. Lex Luthor is a big character. Him and Superman are kind of linked at the hip a little bit. I mean, Superman's had more dangerous,
it's probably Brainiac.
bigger and dangerous villains like Brainiac, like Darkseid, and so on. But his mainstay villain, his Joker, is Luthor. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah. All right.
But that's why I don't like the Joker and everything. But anyway,
let's
go
wrap it
ahead.
up.
Go ahead and wrap it up.
So let's give it a mark out of 10. What are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it a 5, 4. I don't know. I can't. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 4. I was being very generous with the 5. I'm gonna give it a 4. Again, this episode did nothing for me. If anything, it lost me.
I want to give it a 6 because of the length of it, but I still enjoyed this episode. Like, I was glued to what I saw on screen. I just felt it felt a bit premature, and I felt like we kind of ended up in the same place at the end of episode 4, where episode 3 kind of ended with Argos on his ass, and so I give it a 7. But if because I did enjoy it, but yeah, the points deducted for the shortness and the sort of like back to where we were last week, sort of scenario, So yeah, I mean, I guess a few more people are in the loop, like Leota and stuff like that. Yeah, but regardless, it's a 7 for me. Okay, so yeah, that's done. So next week on Thursday we'll be back doing Star Trek reviews. We'll obviously be back doing this, and there's plenty of shows on the horizon, which we'll be reviewing here on NerdTube. Gen V will be.
Oh, there's our
friend. Gen V will be coming out. Tulsa King will be coming out. I'm still reviewing Alien Earth as well. So there's a whole bunch of things, as well as maybe movies or TV shows that might come across my path that will definitely get reviewed as well. All right. Anything to add, Cheetah, before we wrap up? Okay. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of.